my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Sonja, and in today's video I am sharing my summer home decorate with me marathon. Some of you have asked for this video after my last two posts, so here it is. I'm still going to be continuing with my spring cleaning and decorating me videos, but for a little break, for those of you that are eager to get a head start with summer decorating, I am sharing a ton of inspirations here for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I will be starting my summer series within a month. Probably it may sometimes, so make sure the notification bell is on so that way you don't miss out any of my new uploads. So without further ado, let's get right into it. In today's video, we are going to be working on my front porch. My last video was back porch. Now we're working on my front porch. So without further ado, let's get started.
I'll be coming home, then I'll be at your door.
So here is what my porch looks like. It still has the Easter stuff on. So the first order of business is to take everything off. Then I'm going to pressure wash it and then put it back together. Once I took everything off, I didn't want to bore you with that. I got my blower out and blew out any dirt, cobwebs, leaves, anything that was on the front porch off before I got my pressure washer out and pressure washed it. If you're stopping by my channel for the very first time, my name is Sonja, and on this channel I share lots of home decorating ideas sprinkled with some organization, cleaning, and some home decor and home organization haul. So if this is something that you think you might enjoy watching, I would love it if you considered subscribing. And if you do subscribe, make sure you press that notification bell so you get notified when I upload videos. I typically aim to upload 3 a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Unfortunately, I did start back with my home daycare back in March, and I am trying to get back into the groove of posting regularly and working full time. And I can't seem to quite get the hang of it yet. So bear with me. I do hope that I figure my schedule out soon enough. Just had a lot of new kids starting up, which is always a little bit more extra work than once you have the kids established and the naps are all figured out and all that stuff, because I do a lot of my YouTube while the kids nap. So nevertheless, I did get my front porch all set up for the summer, which you will see the end result soon enough, and I could not be pleased with the way it turned out. So this year I am using my neighbor's pressure washer, and it is Greenworks, and I don't mind the way it works. My husband thinks it needs to be a little bit stronger, but for me, it did take off all the dirt from coming into the house through the winter and fall and springtime. I do find that you can see like a little path leading up to the door. So it got that all off. It took all the cobwebs and any other stains that were on my front porch from the winter. So I think it works good, but I guess he feels otherwise. I do have to admit, as I mentioned in my other video, pressure washing is so satisfying for me, and I could just pressure wash my whole house inside and out. I just love doing it. I love how you can see exactly what's coming off and how easy it is to remove dirt that otherwise with just a hose and a brush you would be working a lot harder. And I do like to do this every spring and kind of springish, I guess. Usually I'll decorate for spring before I do this because I live in Canada, Ontario, Canada, and when we do decorate for spring, especially Easter time, it's still very good chance that it's gonna snow a few times, and So I wait to do this till about beginning of May.
The wish I carry high whenever we're apart. It takes me through the night when I look deep into your eyes. When I look deep into your eyes.
I did try and clean off all the cobwebs off the brick or anything else that might have been on there, as well as some stains on the siding, and then I also sprayed down my lights and also my windows. I was a little bit afraid to spray down the door just because I did refinish this door last fall, and I was worried that it was going to take everything off if I went with a pressure washer. Probably wouldn't, but I was just being extra careful. Once the front porch was done, I also took out my resin chair and a little stool table and pressure washed that as well. I do keep these out through the winter, so there was a lot of leaves stuck in the crevices of the chairs, as well as lots of cobwebs. And I do not pressure wash my wooden ladderback chair because, again, I'm worried that it's going to take off all the paint. So, but this, it works really well on the resin chairs.
It takes me through the night when I look deep into your eyes. Oh, when I look deep into your eyes.
Before I put my furniture back, I just wanted to wipe down my windows because I did pressure wash them, but I wanted to give them a little bit of buffing as well. And I'm using the Method glass cleaner to do that.
To your eyes. Oh, when I look deep into your eyes. When I look deep into your eyes. When I look deep into...
Now the fun part starts by putting everything back together and decorating. I did have to wipe down the chair because the birds pooped all over it, even though it was under my on my porch covered up. I also mentioned this before. I would love to get new pots, but these are still holding pretty strong. They just have the surface rust, so I will be heading out to the store in the near future and just getting some spray paint and spray painting them. Last time I got glossy spray paint by accident. So I want to go and get the matte one and just spray paint the little parts that are the rust is kind of showing up. And I will probably keep them until I can no longer keep them because they're falling apart. My mother-in-law had the same one and she replaced it a while ago, but mine's still holding strong. So here is what the furniture looks like, all in its place. And now I'm going to start adding my plants. I have decided this year, every year I buy ferns. I absolutely love ferns. And I thought I'd change it up this year, and I got 2 palms to go into the big pots. I find that this just added such a tropical feel to my front porch, and I think it's perfect for the summer decor because we want summer to feel tropical. I'm going to go and get some stones and just put them on top of this planter just to weigh it down. But for now, I'm just trying to position it so it's in the place that I like. I will probably have to turn this palm, especially this one, several times because the wind, it's where the wind hits it the most. And then I added my, I think this is called a wash basin. I got it off of a friend. And I love using it, especially for fall decor and Christmas, but I have been using it for now for a couple of years for the summer as well. I think it just looks so nice having this fern in it. And I got my ferns at Costco for $18.99. I think they are the best deal out there. I think at Home Depot, I was just looking at them. They were $22.99 and they're significantly smaller. So I do think that Costco has the best deal for the ferns in my area. I did have to add a riser, which is just a paving stone, just to elevate the fern a little bit more so it looks better than, so it doesn't look like it's sitting inside of it. And I just love this look. I love how the wash basin looks with it. So I am very happy how this is all starting to work together. I have been layering my mats for the summer and fall weather because I just love the way that looks, and the area is fairly large, so finding the mat that's big enough is a little bit harder, so I like layering it. Both of these pieces came from Hobby Lobby several years ago when we made the trip across the border to Buffalo. Now this pillow cover, which I absolutely love, lemons and yellow color for the summer, but this pillow cover came from Temu. If you had missed that video with my Temu haul, make sure you head on over because I do have an excellent discount code for you as well if you decide to purchase anything. I love the fact that I can just purchase one pillow cover. I can pick and choose which ones I want, so that way I'm not left with ones that I don't need. And pillow covers are great for storing because they don't take up as much space as pillows themselves. I do still buy pillows, but if I can buy a pillow cover, I will opt for that before I'll buy an actual pillow. Now I'm going to add my wreaths, and I am not loving my wreaths. I think I had enough time with them. I've had them for several years now, and but I haven't been able to find one that I love. HomeSense has had a few, but only one of the wreath, so I haven't been able to find two. I have been thinking about making it myself, but I have found that purchasing them at HomeSense, sometimes I can pick them up for about $22, which does end up being probably cheaper than making it myself. So if I don't find one, maybe I will make one eventually. But for now, these will have to do. They're not bad. I did DIY these myself. I just think I've had lots of time with them and it's time to move on. That's how I felt with my fall ones last year too, and I did end up buying some that I absolutely loved at HomeSense for very, very inexpensive price, which I would have not been able to make them for that money anyway. So I do love that I found ones. So I was hoping to do the same for now, but I haven't been able to. And if I do, make sure you follow me on Instagram because I will be sharing that update there. Over here, I used to put signs, but I started doing this last year and I absolutely love the way it looked, so I did it this year again. I had DIY'd this basket over on my DIY channel, and I have been adding some seasonal flowers to it, and I absolutely love the way that looks. It adds pop of color to the brick and that summer feel also, so I love doing it. And all the greenery that I'm using in this basket planter came from Dollarama. For over on this side, I am using these yellow pillows that I have been I use these inside for many years, but I've decided to bring them out, and I think they look really good in this little nook that I have. And then I just added this lantern, and the pillows came from HomeSense. So here it is all done. I'm very pleased with the way it turned out. The only thing I need to do is snip that hook off of the fern, and that's it. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's very summery, bright and cheery, and very inviting. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Hello my friends and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to take you along as I decorate my front foyer as well as my living room and my mudroom for summer, so come along. I am starting today here over in my front foyer. I had taken everything down. I'm going to give it a wipe down, dust everything, move the furniture out of the way, dust the baseboards, so that way it's all nice and clean. I don't do this every time I do my deep cleaning, but I definitely like to do things like this when I'm switching out decor, which I love to do every season. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome. My name is Sonja, and over on this channel I do lots of decorating, cleaning, organizing type of videos. So if you love seasonal decor and seasonal decorating, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out any of my future uploads. I would love to have you become part of my YouTube family. Most of the cleaning products that I use are Method products. They are a little bit cleaner, maybe not perfect, but cleaner than some of the other products on our shelves. They're not as easy to get still in Canada at our grocery stores. There's always one or two different ones missing whenever I go out to buy all my cleaning products. So I tend to have to go to a couple different stores, but I do find that Canadian Tire, if you live in Canada, tends to have the best selection and the best prices. And now that it's all nicely dusted, I'm going to start adding some of the decor. Some of it I'm adding back because I love the way it looks, and I'm just switching out some flowers and some signs just to add more touches of summer. I love a lemon theme. I love yellow, color yellow for the summer. I did for a while do blue as well, but I found I tend to gravitate more towards yellow. I have just recently shared my front porch decorate with me, so if you want to check that out, it is kind of the color theme that I'm going to be using throughout the house. I have stopped burning a lot of the candles because I can't have them burning while the kids are here. But this limoncello candle, it smells so good from Bath and Body Works, and I did start switching out a lot of my candles to more of a soya-based candle with essential oils. So when I do burn one, it is a more cleaner one. I use a diffuser throughout the day. Usually on most days I will have a diffuser running because I can do those while I have daycare kids. This basket as well as the olive tree both came from HomeSense. I think this basket just adds a really soft touch to this front foyer table. This sign has to be one of my favorite DIYs that I have ever made. I do have a tutorial over on my DIY channel if you want to check that out, but I absolutely love that sign, and I think it's perfect for this little table. And let's not forget, one of my favorite decor pieces that I've purchased several years ago is this truck, and I love switching out seasonal items in the bed of the truck. I did decide to go ahead with the same tulips as I used for the spring just because of its color. Previous years I have added lemons in it as well, but I am loving with the way this is looking, so I decided to continue it through the summer. And then the last thing that I'm going to add is this pot. It does look like it's got rope around it, but it is actually all concrete. So, and I got it at Dollarama for $4. And then I'm going to add this little boxwood greenery that came from Dollarama as well in it. And I think this just completes the whole look. I absolutely love it. I love leaving the middle of the table open because I do put my attendance there that I have to fill out every single day for the daycare. And now we're going to move into the mudroom. I have a whole mudroom transformation video over on this channel. I will link it in the eye in the sky if you want to check that out. I love the way my mudroom looks now. However, I did have to add a whole bunch of stuff when I restarted the daycare to it. As a parent informational boards, I had to add fire escape route, and I also have to have anaphylactic shock plan for one of the children posted in the mudroom. But I did want to make it pretty, not only functional but also pretty. So I'm going to be adding some command hooks over here so I can hang up a wreath on the inside. I don't love having the wreath on the outside on this door just because the wind hits it pretty hard, and I had several of them get damaged. So I put it on the inside, that way I can look at it from the inside as well and looks pretty. Since I don't have too many fireplaces that I can hang up my single wreaths that I have, this is a great way to hang them up. I am going to use my lemon wreath that I DIY'd over on my DIY channel, and I think it adds so much brightness, cheerful color into this space. I did use for a wreath one of those hanging things over the door, but it did not work for this door for some reason. It kept scratching it, and also it kept being very sticky whenever I tried to open it. Now I noticed when I was putting shoes away that there was a little bit of a muddy drippings on the wall. I think it was from whenever we were out for a walk and it was raining, maybe from the leash. So I wanted to wipe that down so it is nice and clean. There were a couple other areas that I wiped as well. As you can see, my mudroom isn't overly huge. So over on this side, I wanted to add some decor to it, but not too much because we do use these hooks quite often. But I wanted to add a bag that I could use for Saturdays whenever we go to the farmer's market. I thought it would look pretty here. I gotten this bag from a company. They sent it to me a while back, several years back, and it was a part of a DIY, and I had added our first initial of our last name, and I painted it. I do use it sometimes whenever we go to the beach, but it is large enough that I can fit quite a bit of stuff if I go to the market, and I think it's just such a nice touch, and again adds that softness to the space. Another item that I wanted to add over to this bench was a pillow. This bench strictly is used for me leaving stuff for the parents. Nobody actually sits on it, but I had gotten this pillowcase sent to me by Temu, and I didn't have a space to use it where I could use it in a kitchen, but I thought with all the florals that were on it, it would look really pretty over here. I think this pillow cover would look amazing if you had a dining area with maybe a bench or a little breakfast nook, and you could just prop it up on a chair or a bench. I think that would look really, really nice as well. I actually decided to take the bag and move it to the other side. I just felt that with the pillow over there, it was a little bit crowded, but I did end up adding a watering can over to the other side, and just added another texture and functionality, since I have all my plants out now and I'm constantly going into the garage to get my watering can, and I thought this would be perfect spot to have it. Well, I do love it with the way it turned out. I did not want it to overcrowd it because I still needed to be functional. And now I'm moving over to my living room, and my decor assistant is here as always. I am going to be decorating the fireplace and the coffee table. I'm going to leave all the other little side table as they are, since I was pretty happy with the way it looked and I didn't see a point of switching out decor here. I wanted to add that light colored blanket over here just to add a little bit of lightness to this dark couch. So I've taken everything off of the fireplace and a coffee table, and I wanted to again give it a nice dusting. I do dust these areas weekly whenever I'm doing my weekly deep clean, but I just use a dusting mitt, whereas now I just wanted to give it a good polish. So now that it's all wiped down, I'm going to start adding a decor, and I'm going to put this lantern back on that was here before. I love the wood that it has, and I think it ties in the rest of the house together. And then I had DIY'd this little candle holder, and I'm adding the lemon candle that I have. Now, to bring some of the outside in, since I have ferns on my front porch, I picked up these fern branches at Dollarama, and I wanted to add them into the vase here.
Coming home, then I'll be at your door. When I'll be coming home, I plan to let you know the longing of my heart, the wish I carry high. Whenever we're apart, it takes me through the night. When I look deep into your eyes,
I also wanted to add this little vase. This was another DIY on my DIY channel. It was just an old maple syrup bottle that I had added some texture and color to.
when I look deep into your eyes, when I'll be coming home.
And then to complete this look, I'm adding my DIY snakes that I made into rings from Dollar Tree. And I think that adds that wood softness that the wood gives you to the fireplace. And now I'm going to dust my coffee table and decorate it.
And I am on my way. When I'll be
I thought I was done with lavender, but I have been loving with the way lavender's looking outside, and I wanted to bring it in as well. And these branches from Walmart I absolutely love. And then for that softness, I'm going to add this little wicker basket, and I thought I wanted to add some lemons with some of the textured balls that I have. But you will see I tried to add it, play around with it, and then I found I wasn't loving it. So I just left it with all the different balls that I have in there. I have lots of other places that I can use lemons in.
coming home, I wanna see you play the music of your heart. I'm followed by your light. Whenever we're apart, it takes me through the night. When I look deep into your eyes, oh,
And to complete the look, I'm going to add my cement owl that came from Home Sense.
when I look deep into your eyes.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And make sure your notification bell is on because I have a ton more summer decorating ideas to share with you. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day and thank you so much for watching. My friends, and welcome to my channel. In today's video I am going to be concentrating on decorating my family room as well as my dining room for the summer, just adding some summer touches. I do want to give my couch a good vacuuming and spot treat it a little bit, and then add the decor. I have taken all the decor off that was there before, and I'm going to dust everything and then decorate it. So come along. So I'm starting off by vacuuming all the hair off the couches. My dogs are not allowed on these couches, but however they do sit beside them, rub up against them, and they're so big so the hair does get everywhere. When I say I want to vacuum all of it off, it's never quite all off. I'm always having hair linger from one place to the other. But because this material is linen, the fabric is linen, I did have to go out to, I found it actually at Dollarama, a little fabric shaver. So once I finish vacuuming up all the pillows and the couches, I will get my little fabric shaver and shave off some of the little fuzzies that are on there. So here is the little tool that I was mentioning. It works quite well, and it collects all the fuzz that it shaves off in the bottom of it, so there's no mess, and it just takes some batteries. So easy tool. I think I picked it up for like $4. I know they have a ton of them on Amazon as well. And I just find wherever we kind of sit and our legs, back of our legs meets the edge of the couch seats, that's where all the fuzzies are. And also I find that if we wear jeans, it's a little bit more than if we just wear a regular like yoga pants. Well, myself yoga pants, my husband doesn't wear yoga pants, but I just find, and I have to do this pretty much maybe once a month, and then I am going to spot clean it with this fabric care. This came, we did pay for Scotch guarding and it came with it, and I was going to use this soft bamboo brush to clean that up, but I didn't like the way that was making the fabric look, so I just got a damp cloth and then I kind of rubbed it and dabbed it at the same time, and it did take away most of the stains. I am finding still right at the corners of the hand rest there is still a little bit of dark spots. I think it's just from the oils of our hands, so I'm going to have to reach out to them and see what a good way to clean it, because I was talking to a friend of mine who has decorist as well, furniture, and she had spilled wine and ended up using a steam cleaner to clean it, and then when she couldn't get all of it out, she did contact them and they said that the warranty was voided because she used the steam cleaner. So I just want to make sure that I don't do anything that can void that warranty, because I did pay a premium to get them Scotch guarded. I was done cleaning the furniture, I proceeded to cleaning the table. I am having a bit of an issue with this table. I think that when I sealed it outside last year, it must have been a little too hot, and the top coat, the sealing coat, is peeling off. So I'm just going to, now it's too hot again to go outside and refinish it, and I don't want to refinish it inside because it gets too stinky. So I'm just going to wait till fall to add a top coat on it. And now is the fun part starts, when I start decorating. I am adding the same vase here that I had for a couple seasons now. It came from Home Sense. It was $16.99, which I thought was a great deal comparing to how much the vases are now. Could not get one for under like $40. And then the greenery that I'm adding is just some boxwood from Dollarama. I actually loved these little branches that they have at Dollarama. They are pretty good quality, and I really like the way they look. I did kind of a dry run on this coffee table to see what I liked on it, and it did take me a little while to get it set up to the way I wanted it to. I have finally found one that I struggle with in this room. Usually it's the mantle, and however I don't have a mantle to decorate this in this room because the TV is above it, so I cannot decorate it any longer. So my primary spots is this coffee table and then the end table, which I'm still looking to replace. I would like to do a tall pedestal side table that's fairly big because that corner is pretty good size, so I would like to fill it. But until I find that, I have the one that doesn't really go with anything, but it will have to do. So as you can see, I added my pineapple cutting board, which I picked up last summer when we were vacationing in Hawaii, and then I added this little vase that I just thrifted. I love it. I love the little handles on the side, and then I'm going to, of course, add my Mickey candle with the wooden lid that I just absolutely love, and I think it fits into this space so good. Into the vase, I did add some of my hydrangeas that I picked last year and dried, and I just saved a couple of them. Now, do not touch them too much because they will fall apart. I should spray them with some hairspray, but I am just going to probably replace them with the fresh ones when they start blooming. So now moving on to my side table that I pretty much kept quite simple, but I did want to dust it before I decorated it. The one thing that I wanted to add to my couches is a little bit of pop of color. So I picked up these. I thought they were black, but they ended up being navy blue. I should have read better, but I do love the style of them. They have a really pretty, nice geometrical design on them. They're pillow covers that I picked up at Temu. So I just added some pillows in there, and I quite like the way they ended up looking. They are dark enough that I was hoping, like I said, I was hoping for black to kind of go with the fireplace theme and whatnot, but they are navy blue, dark blue, and when I went back to look, it did say dark blue as well, so obviously my mistake, but they do look okay here, and going to leave them for the season and then decide what I want to do with them after. So here is the room, and I did put a screensaver on my TV, which I absolutely love, to change it out for the seasons. It is just a YouTube channel that is like 2 hours long, and you can just put it on your TV without spending the money, the big bucks for the frame TV. You can even find ones with the frame that will pop up a frame on it. I love the way my room turned out. I think it's very cozy, very comfortable looking, and I'm quite pleased with it. And now we are moving on to my dining room, and I had thrifted this vase and decided that this would go in place of where my scale was. I am keeping a lot of this stuff on this hutch the same, but I just wanted to add a little bit of summer touches. So I'm adding this, not sure what these fern looking florals are. These also came from Dollarama, but I thought they looked really, really good on top of it in this white vase. I did thrift that vase with the intention of redoing it, but I think I have decided against it for now. And then I thought these two smaller vases would look good, kind of grouping it, but then I did not love it, so I ended up taking them off and putting them somewhere else. Those two came from Dublin Mercantile, which is a small store not too far from my town. And if you have a chance to visit, it's in Bayfield, Ontario. If you have a chance to visit it, I strongly recommend great home decor pieces there. And they also have great seasonal decor as well, if you're into it as much as I am. Now I am adding a little bit of this garland that I DIY'd on my DIY channel. Instead of the fully wood one, I did add one that has yellow and white to add a little bit of color. And then to add even more color, I decided to try out this metal picture that I signed that I picked up from Temu as well. But I did find that it was not working with the vintage picture that I had on top, so I ended up changing it out. I did dust my whole hutch prior to decorating. I just didn't want it to kind of bore you with the same items I'm putting back up. So here's that sign that I thought I wanted here. I love the sign. I'll just have to find a new home for it, because like I said, I didn't think that it was really working with the vintage print that's on top. The print that's on top was a wedding gift from my husband's family from Croatia, and it is a local artist to where they're from. And it was gifted to us by them for our wedding, and I didn't have anywhere to put it up until now, and I thought it worked. I think I talked about this in my spring decorate with me video. I think it really looks good over here on the hutch. I might just switch out the frame because I'm not sure that I love the frame. So then another thing that I added here was my dough bowl candle. This I purchased at a different local store that's a little bit further. It's called Area Home. I think that's in Hamilton, Ontario, and I just purchased it online. So in place of this retro vintage lemonade picture, I am going to add one of my DIY pictures that just says sweet tea, and porch swings, sweet tea and porch swings. And I think this worked a lot better than the other one. Like I said, I will just have to find a better home, more suitable home for that other picture or a sign. And now I'm going to add even more color. I have this thrifted bowl, and I added some lemons and limes inside of it. And I think this completes the hutch, and I do love the way it turned out.
Gonna stay in this moment. Gonna lay here on the grass.
The next area of my dining room that I'm going to be decorating is my little tea cart.
Feel lonely. I am finally home at last. Dad don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back. Oh, oh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why. I'm always feeling homesick. Oh. All I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is. Oh. I have seen many places where the beauty never ends. Different cities, friendly faces, and perhaps I'm going back. But I don't have to be chasing every dream.
So with a lot of playing around, I think I finally reached the point that I like. I just wanted to raise up some of those lemons because, believe it or not, I used them all up in my decorating. So I just wanted to add something underneath them just so it looks like the bowl is fuller. And the little bee teapot that I have here, that was also thrifted. I thrifted that, I think, last 2 summers ago, and I absolutely love it. And I was so happy that I found a spot for it.
All I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is.
And the last thing that I'm going to be decorating is my table. I did give it a good cleaning, so I am just wiping the dust off from all the decorative pieces I had on it while I was decorating the other pieces. And I'm going to put back, not put back, but put again a runner that I thrifted. It was a brand new item at a thrift store. It's this lemon runner, and I absolutely love this table runner. I think it's so unique and so cute, and because I do love the lemon theme, it ties everything so well together. It did work a little bit better on my other dining room table because it was a touch longer, but I did make it work here as well. So I am now putting back the dough bowl because I did take it off the hutch, as you saw, and added lemons. But I love this piece, the dough bowl, so I want to find an area to use it all the time. So I'm putting it back onto the table, and then I'm going to add a vase with some of my florals that I have now. These florals came from Michaels last year. I think I purchased them last year. They're okay. They were kind of like the ones I was looking for, but not quite. I still haven't been able to find the ones that I want to put in here. Amazon had them, but then they sold out when I went to get them, so I'm just gonna have to wait until they come back in stock. Pretty much the same thing with vases. I'm looking for some new vases for my house, but like I mentioned in my kitchen decorate with me, if you have not seen it, I'll include it at the end of this video. I am looking to add more vases to my decor, but I'm finding them extremely expensive, brand new, so I have been hunting them in thrift stores and just purchasing unique pieces that kind of speak to me, and you can usually pick one up for under $10 versus around $50 what they're going for in HomeSense. So this completes my dining room decorate with me. I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know what you what you enjoyed the most, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And I would love to get to know you down in the comments. I've greatly appreciate all the comments that I have been having on my kitchen decorating with me video. I love to hear where you all are from. So if you had watched that one and didn't comment, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to know where you're coming from. And I do have some exciting news, well, for me, exciting news to share with you probably next week. So make sure your bell notification is on so you don't miss those news. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you all so much for watching. Friends, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm taking you along as I'm going to decorate my kitchen for summer. I want to add some summer touches. I had picked up and thrifted some new items. I picked up some stuff at HomeSense and thrifted some items, so I want to share that with you as I'm decorating. So come along. So I have taken everything off the counters so I can start with a fresh, clean slate, except my mixer, just because that's so heavy and it always goes into that spot. And then I'm going to be also dusting the shelves as I'm decorating them and wiping down the counters. But first I'm going to light a candle so I can have a nice fresh limoncello scent. And this candle is from Bath and Body Works. I'm starting my decorating over on my coffee nook. I have some floating shelves here that I'm going to give a little bit of a wipe down. I'm using method wood polish to polish them up, and just a microfiber cloth. The color of these shelves matches my island, and I love the way they look over here. The only thing is I wish they were a smidgen bigger, but nevertheless I love the way they look. So I'm going to add this vintage scale. I had painted it because it was in the color that I loved, and it was over in my dining room before, if you've been on my channel for a little while. And I added some lemons. Now I had thrifted most of my lemons. I hit a jackpot at Value Village last year, and they were selling them, bags of them, for like $3. So I've got lemon slices, I got lemon sliced candles, I also have limes and lime slices. And then on the opposite side I'm adding just a piece of wood just to give it a little bit of height, and this little planter in a concrete little plant in a concrete planter, and that came from Dollarama. And I love how simply the top shelf looks. And now for the middle one, I'm going to be adding this olive wood. Now mine came from Croatia when we were vacationing several years back. Back then, HomeSense did not have any. Now you can find a ton at HomeSense. And then in front of it, I'm going to add my little vintage watering can that I had thrifted as well. And I just added some boxwood greenery from Dollarama in it. And I love mixing different textures, different metals. I just think it looks really good. It softens up the place. So I love using all sorts of different materials. And then for the other side, I am adding this DIY candle holder. And on top of it, I'm going to add all of my cheese cutting little tools. And inside this another watering can, and this one as well came from Dollarama for $2.50. And I think the wood and the ceramic, it just looks so good together. If you're stopping by my channel for the very first time, my name is Sonja, and I share tons of decorating, cleaning, and organizing ideas over here. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and a notification bell, because we would love to have you be part of our YouTube family. And then to add a pop of color, I am adding some lemons in a little cloche. And then for more texture, I am adding this concrete looking bird. I did DIY that. That is a Dollar Tree bird that I painted. And then for the bottom, I needed to give it a little bit of wipe down. I don't know about you guys, but there's coffee stains all over this all the time. I think we are pigs here when it comes to making coffee. So I'm adding a little bit of black into the corner just to go along with the scale and kind of tie everything together. And then I'm gonna pop a bit of greenery with yellow. Now this came from a website which I will link down below. I can't remember the name of it now, but they sell tons of tiered tray decorating supplies and decor, so make sure you check it out. And then in front of it, I am adding this little riser, wood riser. My friend cut that out for me, and then I just stained it with some spoons. And then I thought it would be fun to add this little bee's nest that I DIY'd over on my DIY channel for extra softness. So this completes my little coffee nook, and I absolutely love it. I think it adds enough warmth as well as pops of color that I was looking for. moving on to the other area, I have, back when I was decorating for spring, I have added a little basket in a corner just to keep Alexa in and anything that's kind of floating around the kitchen, like AirPods, iPad, chargers, and things like that. And it just kind of keeps it all together in a nice pretty basket. And I think basket looks really good in this corner without it looking too cluttered, and keeping everything in, it prevents it from getting too messy. And I keep my stand-up mixer here because it is so heavy, and I have actually found myself using it a lot more now that it's out on my counter versus in a cupboard where I have to bend down to get it or bring it down upstairs from the basement. So it's going to stay here. I did want to get some sort of a springy linen to put in it, like a kitchen cloth to put in it, but I haven't been able to find one, and I'm not loving the ones from dollar stores. I had thrifted this painting with a gold frame. Now I have been debating to replace the image that's in there, the painting. I do like this one. I know my husband had a mini meltdown saying that he doesn't like it at all, but I think it looks really pretty in here. What do you guys think? Should I just keep it in here, or do you think it's ridiculous and should not have no part in the kitchen? And then in front of it, I had thrifted this a while ago, and I love it. Is the exact color that I've been looking for of a fruit bowl, and I think it looks perfect in my kitchen. I was so happy when I found it, and I don't know, I paid like $2 or something for it. It was a great find. So in it, I'm going to add some lemons and some limes for that pop of color. And to add a bit more thrifted items, I have this little pot. This one has been DIY'd several times, and now it has ended up with black and white spray paint, and I think it looks the best right now. I might change my mind down the road and paint it a different color. And I found these little blueberries at Dollar Tree that I thought were so pretty and nice and tiny, kind of what I was looking for to put right in there. Was thinking about putting olive branches in there, but I only found 2, and one of them was missing half of the stuff, so I was a little bit disappointed. But then when I came across these little blueberries, I thought they would look perfect. Now the opposite end of the stove, I am going to add 2 cutting boards. They are both thrifted. Actually, my friend found them for me while she was out thrifting, both of them, and got them for me. Thank you, Sandra. So she knew what I was looking for. We always tell each other what we're looking for in case if one is out and finds something when the other one isn't. She's out a lot more than I am, so she's always finding little treasures for me. But I wanted to add some softness to this counter, and I thought the cutting boards were a perfect thing to add. I almost forgot to wipe down my counter before I started decorating, and there was stuff on it. There's always stuff on it when you cook, and everybody's cooking in my house. Everybody's using the kitchen, I feel like, all the time. I have very small pockets of time to decorate because there's somebody eating, cooking, or doing something in the kitchen all day long. So I'm using this longer one, and then over top of it I'm going to add this one. This one's a little bit taller, and it fits perfectly because it covers the 2 outlets without covering the light switch for the valance lighting. So I think this is perfect right here, but I still wanted to add a little bit more to it. So I have this little wooden board that was holding some of my cheese cutting tools, and I just flipped it around and using it as a tray. And on top of it, I'm going to add this pot. This is another thrifted item that I DIY'd several years back, and inside of it I'm going to add some of this fake rosemary bush from Dollarama. I love these. I think they're so vibrant and they almost look real, but it adds so much color to a space. And then of course, wouldn't be me if I didn't add a little bit of Disney in, and I have these salt and pepper shakers that I absolutely love. We use them all the time and they look perfect right here. And then in the corner, I had bought this thing at Bouclair a while back. It wasn't cheap, as you can see, it was $40, but it doesn't really work because if I put some, it tips. If I put something a little bit heavier on one side, it completely tips over. So I decided, but I love the color of it, and I specifically bought it for this kitchen. So I decided to use it with a cloche cover that I had from a different cloche, and then I just added some lemon in it, and this seemed to work, and I kind of like the way it looks in this corner. Let me know what you guys think. Now moving on to my island, I do love putting some decor on it as much as my husband wants to keep it as is. I just find that ends up looking a little too cold, so I always like to add a little bit of decor. And so many of you have asked me before, so I'm answering it before I get questions in the comments. The size of it is 5 by 9. And I have cabinetry on both sides of the island. So I had picked up this tray it's a handmade tray from Home Sense for $29.99, which I thought was a pretty good deal. And again, I love that wood color, that wood tone. So I thought it would be perfect, and then it adds a little bit of black to it, which, you know, all of my plumbing fixtures are black, as well as my kitchen handle, so I like to incorporate that color in as well. So I kind of decorated this tray before I recorded this video because I always struggle not knowing what to put on here. So I kind of had a couple of dry runs before I actually decided what to put on. So I am putting this vase back on here. I do want to get a new one. This one was $3 that I had thrifted and then made over. I like to leave some prices on so that way I can remember what things cost when I am actually sharing it with you. And then in it I put some of this boxwood looking picks from Dollarama, and then I'm going to mix in some white flowers from Michael's. These were the cheaper ones, and then I ended up getting them for like, I think 75% off too. And I think mixing them together looks really good. For spring, I only had these flowers on its own, and I was finding as I was looking at my island that it was missing something, and I think adding the greenery, the boxwood greenery, added the thickness to the arrangement that I was looking for. So back to the vase, I would like to get a more of a pottery type of vase for here, but I just haven't been able to find one thrifted. And let me tell you, I went to Home Sense and I cannot find one for under $50, which I thought it was too expensive for me anyways. So once I find, hopefully soon enough, I'll find one at a thrift store. I did find several ones just this past weekend, but they were all too small. I did pick up a couple of them, which you will see in my next video, decorate with me video, but for this one I would like something larger, maybe even larger than this one. So to add extra texture here, I am adding my little I can't remember what this thing is called, for spices, and that's concrete. And then for a little bit of height, I am adding my book stack, and on top of it I am adding this little ceramic bowl that has a nice little yellow rim and some blue flowers, which I thought ties in the blueberries really well. And it's a candle, and I've had this for several years, and it came from HomeSense. And then I'm adding my little canisters for herbs that I thrifted several years ago here, and I absolutely love the way this looked. And then I thought, why not add a little bit of lemon and lime slices here just for a little bit of more color. So I am so pleased with the way this turned out. This is one thing that I've struggled with in decorating this kitchen, and as you know, this kitchen is fairly new for me, first time decorating it for summer, so I'm still figuring out what works, what doesn't, what I like and what I don't like. Now, speaking of this tray, I did struggle a little bit on figuring out where to position it. I've seen some people on Instagram keeping it right at the beginning, like right at the front of it, some pushing more back. I think back works better for me because of the eating, so that way I don't have to constantly move it. But let me know what you guys like. Do you like it more at the front or more towards the back? I would love to know. Now, moving on to the other side of the island, I am putting another one of these risers, and you can see it has some soap stains on it already. And then I had these amber bottles that I purchased a while back, and I have hand soap and dish soap in there. I need to print out the labels and add them to it. I just haven't gotten around to it because I want to buy some waterproof stickers for it, because I know within no time it's going to come off and get ruined if it's not the right type of a sticker. Then I gave my sink a little bit of just a rinse down. I did clean it beforehand, but I have been rinsing my Norwex rag that I was wiping the counters down, so there was a little bit of crummies on there. And then I just tossed my little dishwashing rag over to the laundry basket that I have by the stairs, and I am adding a brand new clean one in here. So some of you made comments about my dish rags. I do wash them, and some of them are just looking a little bit used, so I do have some new ones, so I thought I'd put those on for those of you that don't like looking at my raggedy rags. And then over here at this empty wall, I had finally found a picture or a sign that I wanted to put up. Tailored Canvases had kindly sent this to me, and I had picked out the writing, the font, the style, the color, the size, everything about it, and I love it because I think it's such a good saying in there. So much ingredients, nothing to eat, which I find if you have teenagers, my kids are now older than teenagers, but if you have teenagers, that's so many times that is the case. Many ingredients, nothing to eat. Sometimes I even find that for myself. So I think this sign completes my kitchen decorate with me. And let me tell you guys, I think out of all the seasons that I have decorated, this has to be the most favorite one so far that I have done. I absolutely love how everything looks. I could not be more pleased. I think it has enough softness, color, punch of color, and not too cluttered. I would love to know what you guys think, which pieces you liked the most. Did you like the decorating as much as I did? I would love it to know all down in the comments, or just let me know that you watched it. Let me know where you're watching from. I would love to know. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and make sure your notifications on so you get notified when I post new videos. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you all so much for watching.
Hello my friends and welcome to my channel. In today's video I will be giving my master bedroom a summer refresh, so come along.
Stay hollow. Even if I know that nothing lasts.
So here is my bedroom, quite bare. I haven't really done anything to it since I've taken down Christmas decor, and I decided it was time to bring back some life into it. I have currently gotten teamed up with Temu and gotten some stuff from them. So I had selected a lot of items for my summer refresh for the bedroom. I have gotten brand new bedding as well as some decor pieces, like more like organizational pieces and a decor piece. So I am very excited to share these items with you and see how I decorate with them. For my bedding, I wanted something light for the summer, so I went with a quilt with some design on it. But before I added that, I did wash my sheets and I put them back onto my bed. I like to get sheets that are 1,000 count thread count around there, because I find them to be so silky and smooth. And the only wrinkle with those is that they get wrinkled really easily, and they look wrinkled for a little while until you sleep on them for a few times to kind of smooth them out. But I love how they feel on my skin, and I've been buying them ever since I saw heard Sarah Richardson talking about it in her decorating show on HGTV. I do typically look for them at Marshall's, and that's where I get them. So here is the bedding that I got from Temu. I will have all of the products linked in the description box, as well as a coupon code for you. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out. And if you don't know what Temu is, it is a shopping website kind of similar to the other shopping websites that we're also familiar with, and you can get lots of items for a really great price. This was very inexpensive, as you will see if you follow the link. And like I said, I wanted something very light, but I absolutely love the pattern on this quilt, and then it came with 2 pillow covers as well. So these are, my bedding is king size, so that my mattress is king size, so that is the bedding that I went with.
Things ever be the same? All I do is see things slipping through my fingers when he turns and walks away. Yes, there he goes. The things I wanna say, and maybe he'll listen someday. I know it is not enough to say I'm sorry. Didn't beg him to stay, so there he goes.
Whenever I am styling my bed, I do love to add a lot of pillows. It drives my husband absolutely insane when he has to take them all off, but I just think it looks so good and so put together when you have your bed made in the morning with all these pillows. It kind of feels a little luxurious.
But I want him to know that nothing I did was to hurt him, and I'm sorry I gave him this burden. he goes. There he goes. Yes, there he goes.
Now that the bed is made, I move on to my dresser, and I have been thinking about redoing my furniture. This video, furniture makeover video, was one of my first videos that I've ever posted on YouTube, and it can be found on my DIY channel. This furniture used to be cherry wood color furniture, and I had changed it up, and I have absolutely loved this look for so long, but I decided that maybe it's time for a change. And I just wanted to show you while I'm recording. This is the back, what is it called? The back scene of the production. And I've seen, so back to the furniture, I've seen some YouTubers do like a light wash on the furniture, bring it back to the wood color, but I'm not sure if I have it in me to sand it all down, or should I just paint it all one color. I'm not quite sure what I want to do, or if I'm going to do anything. I do know that I'm ready for new paint and maybe even an accent wall. It's just, I think I'm craving change, but nothing's gonna happen until we change out the floors, because the carpet needs to go, and that's probably not gonna happen till the end of the year or beginning of next year. So I just have to be patient, and by then I will probably figure out what I want to do and change my mind several times before that time comes. So generally, when I do decorate my bedroom furniture, I shop my home decor from my storage area, so that way I don't usually buy a lot of new decor pieces. I think this was an exception with the items that I got from Temu, but other than that, everything else was from my home that I already had on hand.
I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. You tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on
I wanted to decorate it with a bit of a neutral decor style, because I didn't want to have to change it out again. So I'll probably be swapping my decor out maybe fall, for sure for Christmas, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it for fall as well. So I just wanted something that I can keep in case if I don't do anything in fall, that it can still look nice. I like to do seasonal decor. If you are on my channel, you probably know that. It makes me happy. I spend a lot of time in my home. I work from home. I'm home a lot, so I always crave change. So the seasonal decorating is what gives me that change. I usually decorate for the seasons, starting downstairs, and by the time I get upstairs to my bedroom, not only have I ran out of decor, but I also ran out of steam and ideas on how to decorate it. So I always struggle with it. So this is why I thought if I decorate this, probably should have done this in January and kept it up until fall, but nevertheless, I'm going to have it up from now till, like I said, probably sometime September if I decide to swap it out. If not, it'll be here till November when I do decorate for Christmas.
When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love. There's something about the way she laughs and the way she always dances when she thinks nobody sees. And when she's gone, I miss her so. I tell her, baby, please don't go. I think you should stay with me. And and I really get what the love songs are talking about. Oh, and I just wanna tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love?
Now I had moved over to my vanity, which is an IKEA desk, and it works really well. But I wanted to give it a cleaning, and then I also got this turning tray from Temu, as well as a little throw for the chair, just to make it look more feminine. And I absolutely love the tray. I think it's a perfect size to hold all my facial products that I use on daily basis, and you can spin it around to get to the product that you need.
I don't know where she came from, it kinda turned me upside down. I just don't know what to do. I wanna spend the night with her, bring one of my t-shirts so it smells like her perfume. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head? Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love.
And this throw is actually a small fur rug in the shape of a heart, but I'm using it as a chair cover, and I think it looks so pretty here. And that as well came from Temu, and it will be all linked in the description box. The last two areas that I'm going to be working on is my fireplace as well as my nightstand. My husband's nightstand, I don't really do much to it because he likes to keep it empty. I also want to say, if you guys are stopping by my channel for the very first time, my name is Sonja, and this is my home channel where I share a lot of decorating, cleaning, and organizing ideas. So if this is something that you think you might enjoy, I would love it if you consider subscribing and pressing that notification bell and becoming part of my YouTube family. And make sure that notification bell is on so you get notified when all of my random videos come up, which has been random since I have started home daycare, and I am just trying to figure out the best schedule for posting and recording right now. So some weeks you might get 3 videos, some weeks you might get 1. So that's why it's important that your notification bell is on. And this concludes my summer master bedroom refresh. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and a notification bell if you're not subscribed. And let me know down in the comments, what do you think I should do to this bedroom to spruce it up once the time comes? I would love to get all your ideas down in the comments. So until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you all so much for for watching. Hello my friends, and in today's video I'm sharing with you my back patio refresh.
Gonna stay.
Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Sonja, and today's video took several weeks to create. I have been trying to get things done in the back patio, just washing and getting all this dog hair out of the crevices of my deck. There was dog hair on the patio. There was some weeds coming up, so all of that needed to be done, but the weather wasn't quite cooperating with me, so I have been doing bits and pieces for the last 2 weeks. So here it is all put together. So first thing that I did was torch some of these weeds. I have to tell you, this has to be one of the most satisfying things for me to do. Torching, I love pressure washing, but torching has definitely become one of my favorites. Now have a hose nearby that you can put out if there is to be any fire started. Everything was pretty damp, so I wasn't too worried about it, but and I was just directing my attention to the weeds. So I do this around, especially around the fireplace, fire pit patio, because I hate the little ivy that grows in between the stones. So I was trying to get that all out, and then I also did about half of my patio before I ran out of gas. So and this is what like I said, this was one of the first things that I did. I typically do a spring refresh and a summer refresh, 2 different videos, but this year I tell you, it is middle of May, and I think this is the first week that it has been actually nice and warm. We had a really warm week, the one for a couple days, about 2 weeks ago, and then boom, it was gone. So here's what the weeds look like. Now some of the weeds I did end up using this Fisker wheat thingy to get them out, because they were too big to torch. I would have to like burn it for a while. So I went ahead in and gotten all of these big ones out of the garden, as well as out of some of the grass. Another thing that I also did is I pruned my wisteria, and boy am I glad I did that, because let me tell you, which you will see later on in this video, the blooms are I have so many. This is the 3rd year that it's blooming. The first year I think I had 2 blooms, then I had last year I had about 10, and this year there are so many, and I'm so happy because I've had this wisteria for about 10 years. Now this section over here we are planning to completely get rid of and just put river rock. It just, nothing seems to grow really well there, so I wanted to get rid of it instead of just being able to grow weeds. And as you can see, the backyard's back to having some toys in it, because I did restart my home daycare. We do want to create an area here with some mulch to put all the toys in, but for now this is how it is. So I did borrow a pressure washer from my neighbor and ended up pressure washing. This wasn't a very strong pressure washer. My husband feels that he's gonna do a better job, but all I really wanted to get rid of was the hair. There was so much dog hair in here that it was ridiculous. And I also pressure washed all the toys as well, because I just find that when they're stored away and sitting around, they get dirty, and sometimes that's the only thing that takes it off. And I also pressure washed all of the chairs because they were covered in dog poop. I also wanted to show you the new thing that my husband put up. Now he's not he's very camera shy, so I couldn't record him, but we put this gate up so that way parents can easily come in through that door over there without dogs being too annoying, and it kind of separates the dogs from there. I do have this open in the evenings and during the weekend so they can run around. Now this is couple days later, and I did go to a greenhouse and picked up, actually not a greenhouse, what am I talking about? I went to Costco and picked up some ferns and I put them out. I also brought out the furniture, as you saw earlier, and set it all up, set up my pots, added some ferns to it, and now the fun part, I wanted to add some decor. So I went ahead and cleaned the table and then shopped my home and figure out what I want to put on. So, and I did decide this year to bring back the cushions for the chairs. I just wanted that pop of blue color here.
I don't need to feel lonely. I am finally home at last.
I've had this lantern and I used it inside, and I thought I'd bring it outside. However, I'm starting to think now that I had a couple days with it that maybe spray painting it black would be a good idea, just to add that black color to the table, because I find the stainless steel color or the aluminum color, it's kind of clashing with the table. Let me know what you guys think. What should I do? But I think black would probably be nice. I don't think any other color would. I think it would be too much. But it is a lantern, and I did put a jar of citronella candle in it with a lid, so that way I can always light that up when we're sitting around the table in the evenings. I did notice that mosquitoes have been a little more peskier past couple days, so it's a good thing that I'm going to be adding the citronella there. I also do want to plant some plants around the patio that are annuals, so that way they fight the mosquitoes a little bit. So we'll see about that. That's probably going to be in a couple weeks once the frost season is over.
I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back.
Now this was last year's DIY that I created over on my DIY channel, and I think it looks good in this little side table. And another DIY that I'm adding to my fire pit is this backyard pillow. I love this pillow. Like I said, another DIY from my DIY channel. In between all of my prepping my patio, my son did end up having fire, so I was just moving those logs out of the way. I did also add lanterns to my backyard, which I did not show. If you want to see how I set those lanterns up and all that stuff into the gardens, I did share all of that last year in a video. But I love the way these end up looking at night. They are solar, they're from Costco, pack of 2. So I just love the ambiance that they create. And here is my wisteria blooming. So like I said, this was about 2 weeks later from the time I pruned it. I love the way it looks. I have been waiting for this day for so long.
Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true, no matter where I go.
So here it is, all decorated, and I just love the way it looks. I love all the pops of color, the blue and the green that the ferns and the pillows bring into this space. And I added another citronella candle here, because this is a fire pit that sometimes my husband and I sit around at night when we don't want to sit around the big one. It's just a little bit easier, but it's nice that it can be kind of a coffee table or a side table when not in use. Last year I added that wheel up as well, and that sign went up last year as well, where it says the happy hour sign. So I think this whole area is looking really good. There's a couple more things that I would like to do to it. I want to put hanging baskets onto the railing with some herbs in it, and then I also want to plant a couple annuals just along the patio, like I mentioned, for that help fight mosquitoes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. And if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you considered subscribing. And don't forget to press the notification bell as well, so that way you're notified when my new videos come up. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you all so much for watching.
Been walking down the street so many times my feet know every.
Hello my friends, and in today's video I'm sharing with you my back patio refresh.
Gonna stay.
Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Sonja, and today's video took several weeks to create. I have been trying to get things done in the back patio, just washing it, getting all this dog hair out of the crevices of my deck. There was dog hair on the patio. There was some weeds coming up, so all of that needed to be done, but the weather wasn't quite cooperating with me, so I have been doing bits and pieces for the last 2 weeks. So here it is all put together. So first thing that I did was torch some of these weeds. I have to tell you, this has to be one of the most satisfying things for me to do. Torching, I love pressure washing, but torching has definitely become one of my favorites. Now have a hose nearby that you can put out if there is to be any fire started. Everything was pretty damp, so I wasn't too worried about it, but and I was just directing my attention to the weeds. So I do this around, especially around the fireplace, fire pit patio, because I hate the little ivy that grows in between the stones. So I was trying to get that all out, and then I also did about half of my patio before I ran out of gas. So and this is what like I said, this was one of the first things that I did. I typically do a spring refresh and a summer refresh, 2 different videos, but this year I tell you, it is middle of May, and I think this is the first week that it has been actually nice and warm. We had a really warm week, the one for a couple days, about 2 weeks ago, and then boom, it was gone. So here's what the weeds look like. Now some of the weeds I did end up using this Fisker weed thingy to get them out, because they were too big to torch. I would have to like burn it for a while. So I went ahead in and gotten all of these big ones out of the garden, as well as out of some of the grass. Another thing that I also did is I pruned my wisteria, and boy am I glad I did that, because let me tell you, which you will see later on in this video, the blooms are I have so many. This is the 3rd year that it's blooming. The first year I think I had 2 blooms, then I had last year I had about 10, and this year there are so many, and I'm so happy because I've had this wisteria for about 10 years. Now this section over here we are planning to completely get rid of and just put river rock. It just, nothing seems to grow really well there, so I wanted to get rid of it instead of just being able to grow weeds. And as you can see, the backyard's back to having some toys in it, because I did restart my home daycare. We do want to create an area here with some mulch to put all the toys in, but for now this is how it is. So I did borrow a pressure washer from my neighbor and ended up pressure washing. This wasn't a very strong pressure washer. My husband feels that he's gonna do a better job, but all I really wanted to get rid of was the hair. There was so much dog hair in here that it was ridiculous. And I also pressure washed all the toys as well, because I just find that when they're stored away and sitting around, they get dirty, and sometimes that's the only thing that takes it off. And I also pressure washed all of the chairs because they were covered in dog poop. I also wanted to show you the new thing that my husband put up. Now he's not he's very camera shy, so I couldn't record him, but we put this gate up so that way parents can easily come in through that door over there without dogs being too annoying, and it kind of separates the dogs from there. I do have this open in the evenings and during the weekend so they can run around. Now this is a couple days later, and I did go to a greenhouse and picked up, actually not a greenhouse, what am I talking about? I went to Costco and picked up some ferns and I put them out. I also brought out the furniture as you saw earlier, and set it all up, set up my pots, added some ferns to it, and now the fun part, I wanted to add some decor. So I went ahead and cleaned the table and then shopped my home and figure out what I want to put on. So, and I did decide this year to bring back the cushions for the chairs. I just wanted that pop of blue color here.
I don't need to feel lonely. I am finally home at last.
I've had this lantern and I used it inside, and I thought I'd bring it outside. However, I'm starting to think now that I had a couple days with it that maybe spray painting it black would be a good idea, just to add that black color to the table, because I find the stainless steel color or the aluminum color, it's kind of clashing with the table. Let me know what you guys think. What should I do? But I think black would probably be nice. I don't think any other color would I think it would be too much, but it is a lantern, and I did put a jar of citronella candle in it with a lid, so that way I can always light that up when we're sitting around the table in the evenings. I did notice that mosquitoes have been a little more peskier past couple days, so it's a good thing that I'm going to be adding the citronella there. I also do want to plant some plants around the patio that are annuals, so that way they fight the mosquitoes a little bit. So we'll see about that. That's probably going to be in a couple weeks once the frost season is over.
And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back.
Now this was last year's DIY that I created over on my DIY channel, and I think it looks good in this little side table. And another DIY that I'm adding to my fire pit is this backyard pillow. I love this pillow, and like I said, another DIY from my DIY channel. In between all of my prepping my patio, my son did end up having fire, so I was just moving those logs out of the way. I did also add lanterns to my backyard, which I did not show. If you want to see how I set those lanterns up and all that stuff into the gardens, I did share all of that last year in a video. But I love the way these end up looking at night. They are solar. They're from Costco, pack of 2. So I just love the ambiance that they create. And here is my wisteria blooming. So like I said, this was about 2 weeks later from the time I pruned it. I love the way it looks. I have been waiting for this day for so long.
Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true, no matter where I go.
So here it is, all decorated, and I just love the way it looks. I love all the pops of color, the blue and the green that the ferns and the pillows bring into this space. And I added another citronella candle here because this is a fire pit that sometimes my husband and I sit around at night when we don't want to sit around the big one. It's just a little bit easier, but it's nice that it can be kind of a coffee table or a side table when not in use. Last year I added that wheel up as well, and that sign went up last year as well where it says the happy hour sign. So I think this whole area is looking really good. There's a couple more things that I would like to do to it. I want to put hanging baskets onto the railing with some herbs in it, and then I also want to plant a couple annuals just along the patio, like I mentioned, for that help fight mosquitoes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. And if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you considered subscribing. And don't forget to press the notification bell as well, so that way you're notified when my new videos come up. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you all so much for watching.
Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blind